Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at another Elementalcore 100 creation. Elementalcore, one of our favourite people to cover decks from, and they've got a spicy budget Beast Hunter list here for us. This is super duper budget. This is free to play budget, all commons, not a rare amongst them. So I'm really excited to check this deck out. It's always fun to play these free-to-play decks and kind of see what, how this deck competes against other decks that actually have had some dust put into them, and we can kind of gauge how they'd perform at those rank 50 to rank 20 ranks based off of that. So we've been playing a lot of Beast Hunter lately. I know some of you are probably sick of it if you're coming from YouTube, but we played Sexy Nerd's Beast Hunter. We played Solemn's Beast Hunter as well, and there were a couple of changes in there, and honestly this deck is probably about 20 to 25 cards similar to those decks. Those decks are already really budget. So we'll go through the idea of the deck. The idea is you're a Beast Hunter, so you're playing a lot of Beast synergies. You're trying to go face a lot of the time. We have a lot of aggressive 1-drops. We've got Diamols, Helpless Hatchlings, and Spring Paws. We want to follow that up with an awesome 2-drop like Crackling Razormaw, adapting our Diamol, adapting our Spring Paw, something like that. Or Headhunter's Hatchet, getting 3 durability, really controlling that early part of the game, controlling the early board. We've also got some strong combos in here like Scavenging Hyena with Unleash the Hounds. We've got Bear Shark with Houndmaster. All of these very, very typical Beast Hunter, mid-range hunter things. Other powerful cards like Animal Companion, Kill Command for some reach and also some board control. Flanking Strike, excellent board control. We've got the top end here with 2 Tundra Rhinos and 2 Stranglethorn Tigers. So there's the main things that are a little bit different to the previous decks that we've played. Elementalcore has gone for Helpless Hatchling here as the third 1-drop instead of the Jeweled Macaw. I definitely prefer Jeweled Macaw. We actually played another deck with Helpless Hatchling that was in a similar vein to this deck. And just the death rattle doesn't feel high impact enough, and the opportunity cost of playing a 1-mana 1/1 with no other like real giant plus side like Springpaw has a big upside in that it's a minion with rush. It generates you another minion with rush, which really helps you get some granularity in there. Big upside on Springpaw, not big upside on Helpless Hatchling. And I think especially if we're throwing ourselves to the whims of being a budget deck, we really want to get a card like Jewel Macaw in the list because it has the potential to high roll us and has the potential to fill out our curve and things like that. So I would like to see Jeweled Macaw in the list over the Helpless Hatchling, or possibly over these Trackings. I think Tracking is a great card if you need to find a Spellstone early on in the game, if you have really high impact cards in a matchup like Deathstalker Rexa, which really high impact in a lot of those control matchups. I think in this kind of list, Tracking doesn't do too much. It will help us kind of fill out our hand and maybe find some stuff to let us curve out, but we'll definitely be taking a look at how good the Tracking is throughout the day. The only other card that is noticeably absent is Baited Arrow. Baited Arrow, a fantastic common. I think I'd probably prefer this over like Stranglethorn Tiger maybe, but the Tiger is quite good. Maybe in addition, like over some of these Trackings or something like that, but I'd love to see Baited Arrow in the deck. And I think if you are a budget player, but you've maybe got a little bit of dust or you've got some cards in your collection, I think Savannah Highmane would be a great addition. If you're only going to chuck 1 rare in the deck, I think Savannah Highmane would make a perfect addition over these Stranglethorn Tigers or something like that. Get some good late game in the deck. Obviously Deathstalker Rexa is nuts for this deck, but if you're more interested in playing a full-on proper version of Beast Hunter, definitely jump over to YouTube, check out Solemn's deck, check out Sexy Nerd's deck. We've got videos covering both. Some great gameplay in there as well, if I do say so myself. Regardless, we'll like I said, we'll be keeping an eye on these Helpless Hatchlings and these Trackings. I think the rest of the deck is fantastic. Without further ado, let's jump into some games.
For the might of the elves.
Alright, up against a Hunter Mirror. We'll keep the Diamol, send back the other 2. Try and find one of our high impact 2-drops, preferably Crackling Razormaw. Not today. Bear Shark's good. We can try and find a Houndmaster off this Tracking maybe. Or do we just get a hero power in? I mean, we could play the Scavenging Hyena and attack with the Diamol. I don't think it's going to trade, though.
What to do?
I think we're just going to play the Scavenging Hyena and not attack. Into this. What we can only assume is Wandering Monster. If our opponent coined out a Freezing Trap there. Probably a Psychopath. Nord, what's going on? Good to see you, cutie, in chat. How you doing? Well, now we have an even stranger situation where we can try and we play the Razormaw, but the Razormaw probably dies to the Explosive Trap that our opponent has down. So we're just assuming that this is Explosive and Wandering Monster, right?
What to do? Now.
This is a tough situation. I'm not sure how we should be navigating this. Okay, well now things are a bit tougher. So it could be freezing or something now. Oh.
Who to shoot?
So I think that was the one they got off the Masked Contender. Nani? Snakes. Uh-oh.
Now.
Uh-oh. I guess having two Scavenging Hyenas out is good. We're gonna kill the Divine Shield one. Can they kill both? Kill command. It's a lot of resources. But admittedly those Scavenging Hyenas represented quite a lot of power for us. Okay. Okay. Was an explosive. What is it then? Rat? It's probably rat. Can't be snipe. Yeah, I guess it must be rat. Yeah, Nord, I got no idea what to do either. Our opponent got us in the sweet secret mix-up. Make sure we don't trigger that rat this turn, because pretty devastating if we do. Does our opponent have Rexar? Ooh. Full Spellstone.
I'll never tell.
full spellstone. I mean, at least we got this tracking here. We can potentially rip like a Stranglethorn Tiger,
I'll never tell.
Tundra Rhino. Our opponent is empty-handed. So they got a freezing, I'm guessing. Just based off of how our opponent's kind of playing. Yeah. No, Venom Strike. Weird. Still playing around that rat. Especially in a situation like this. Ew, on bow. Bow's pretty good. Bow's very good. Interesting they attack. I'd be pretty tempted to keep 2 charges. Be very tempted to keep 2 charges. Does suck that we didn't get the Raise More adapt, and also that the Raise More. Oh, that's very good. Also that the Raise More is the only beast we had in our hand. I mean, there are a lot of good hunter spells that have that really take over the game in this situation. Maybe one of them is like crushing walls, and they're... Oh. But they still trade. Not the worst result for us. Does mean our opponent has some extremely good top decks. Click more. What is this? Oh, flanking strike. Ooh. Come on. It's close.
Good news, everyone.
Perfected the plague. They're gonna trade. Is that game? Unleash. Kill command hero power? Yeah. Woo! Tasty. I love your thinking double clicks. Is that a thing that I do? When I'm thinking, I double click everything? Gosh. Thank you for the... I don't know. Is that bullying? Is this bullying? GG's. Well played to our opponent. Okay, we are here up against the Rogue. Pretty sure this person is playing Kingsbane Rogue. And this Helpless Hatchling is a massive liability. Against Rogue, this 1 damage hero power. Like, it almost feels more worth it for us to mulligan for a Diamol. I guess the worst case scenario, like, even if we Helpless Hatchling and it gets daggered down, then we can coin out the Animal Companion. Or we just get 2 Helpless Hatchlings. I click on the sand area of the game. Well, just straight up turn 1 Kingsbane. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Look at this Christmassy board. hopefully everyone out there is having a fantastic Christmas. I know for a lot of you YouTube folks, they don't get to... Why does no one kill the helpless hatchling? I know for a lot of you YouTube folks out there, don't get to directly interact with you. But I hope you all having an excellent holiday season.
Blood and plunder.
If our opponent hasn't had like the deadly poisons or anything like that, we might be able to sneak some damage in here. Use the coin that turn just because we're definitely going for this Houndmaster next turn, and just giving ourselves a couple more selections for Houndmaster targets would be good, particularly the Diamol having such high toughness. Kingsbane is gone. And we should try and be a little bit wary of Vanish. Phantom Knives, of course, Phantom Knives will always do something against this deck, I think. There's so many 1 toughness things, we're trading so often that I don't think that's something we can play around. What is in our opponent's hand? Do they have like Valera, both vanishes? So if our opponent's going to vanish next turn, we don't want to go for Stranglethorn target. We just want to go Crackling Razormaw, try and hit like Wind Fury or something like that. Plus attack. I think we'll just Hero Power them. Put them dead to our Hero Power next turn. If they have Vanish, they can die. If they don't have Vanish, they can also die. Even if they had like naturally drawn Kingsbane, they'd have to have like naturally drawn Kingsbane, like deadly poisons and Doomerangs, right? They'd have to Doomerang something and then play the Kingsbane again and tap into something. But yeah, there you go. That's I mean, our opponent was on a proper tier 1 deck. You know, Kingsbane is a big part of the metagame, and our deck full of commons definitely did something. Maybe we're underrating the hatchling because no one kills it. Maybe that's a thing. I mean, every time I play a hatchling, I'm like, if our opponent kills it, it's bad for us. But maybe when our opponent sees it, they're like, I can't kill this thing. It's like a Mechathune. I can't kill this thing. Anyway, GG's.
Versus my Ev.
Alright, up here against the Rogue.
Fury. Tremble before the might of the elves.
Definitely going to send all this back. Well, we got a 1 and a 2. Being on the play this time versus the Rogue means the Helpless Hatchling may long for this world. We're definitely going for the Diamond. Okay. Another Kingsbane Rook. I think we'll actually go for the Hatchling and the Diamond. Just diversify our threats a little bit. If our opponent plays a like a Toxicologist or a minion like that. This does kind of suck because I think our opponent has so many plays that give their weapon plus attack.
And plunder.
Apparently not this one though. I mean, we had the opportunity to attack both of our Diamols in, but given that this is a deck that does play Sap extremely frequently, we don't really want to fully commit onto our scavenger hand. Is this a Vanish? Sprint. Prep Sprint. Whew. Alright, our opponent's got some gas. Let's see if we can't roll a Leok. Never Leok.
Job done.
I smell a Vanish in the future. I smell it. I smell it. Coin Vanish. How much is this wolf cost? 3. It's a lot of bears. A lot of bears. As if Misha doesn't have a legendary frame, by the way. As if all of these animal companions don't have a legendary frame. Do they have the lifesteal?
Undead.
They don't have the lifesteal. Ooh. Alright, we got a game, folks. We got a game that we can win. We got a game. Do, do, do. We got the power. I think I do want a hero power. I think I also want to use the last charge of this Headhunter's Hatchet. Now it makes it awkward if they do have the lifesteal. Secret. What? Blade Flay. Alright. It is evasion. Very cute opponent. Very cute. But they've used the coin, so they can't have Valera this turn. So they need some way to gain life. Which this is definitely not. Boom! Crushing those Kingsbane rogues. Get out of my game. Whew. Spicy. Let's take a look at the list. It's Budget Beast Hunter. Yeah, ultimately I've been really impressed with the deck. I think it has a couple of great choices in here. I think we might be wrong about the Helpless Hatchling. I'm not too sure. I think I would have loved to have replayed those games exactly as they were, but with us having the Jeweled Macaw instead. Of course, from going into the future, you know, Helpless Hatchling will potentially be the one drop of choice, given that we will lose Diamol and Jeweled Macaw. But yeah, this was a fantastic deck. If you're a free-to-play player out there, or if you're a budget player and you're looking for a Hunter deck to play, you want to get in on the Hunter action because Hunter's got so many cool cards from the latest expansion. This is definitely the deck to play. Elemental Core, you know, always making some great decks, and they've definitely outdone themselves with this one. It's a fantastic list. If you are watching on YouTube, please jump over to the Hearthstone deck article, drop a +1 on Elementalcore 100, leave a lovely thoughtful comment, let them know that, you know, if you're a free-to-play player or a budget player, if you're a, you know, person who owns every card in the game, give this deck a try. Let them know what you think. I think you'll have a positive experience. Until next time, my name has been Tommy Wave. Come check me out on Twitch. Come check me out over on Twitter at Tommy_Wave. Stay safe. Stay wavy. Spring some paws. Have a good one. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.